Hello dear students, welcome to Saraswati Shishu Kunj Bhagwala Borsad. So students, we have started our revision for unit test 2. So in this video, we are going to learn revision for unit test, which is going to be held in our next week, okay, 50 marks test. So here in this video, we are going to learn solve the following 3 marks each. Here we are having different questions of 3 marks question, okay. So let us start our revision. So here first question is that find the sum of. Here we have to find the sum means addition of the given different decimal numbers. So here first question is 0.008 plus 5.6 plus 40.02. So let us start the addition. So here first digit is 0.008 plus 5.6. So 5 is at 1's place and 6 is at 10th place. Okay. So here there is no hundredth and thousandth place. So we are putting here 0. Okay. Then plus 40.02. See here we have only 1's place, there is no tens, but here 0 is at 1's place and 4 is at 10th place. So we have to keep here 1 space. Okay, so here we are going to add 0, 0. So 40.02 in 1000th place we are putting 0. Now let us start the addition. So 8 plus 0, 8. 0 plus 2, 2, 0 plus 6, 6, then decimal is there, so decimal, okay, 0 plus 5, 5 and 4 plus 0, 4. So what is the addition answer of 45.628. Okay, so these way you have to first decide the place value of the decimal numbers and then you have to start the addition. Now here in second number we have the digit 3.93 plus 5.4 plus 9.63. So let us start the addition same way. 3.93. So here 3.93 plus the second digit is 5.4. So 5.4. Here you can see that this is the 10th place, this is the 100th place, but in second digit we haven't given 100th place, so we have to keep 0, then plus 9.63. So here 9.63. Now let us start the addition. 3 plus 0 plus 3. 3 plus 3 here 6. 9 plus 4 plus 6. So here 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 9, 19. Then after this is the decimal. So 19 is there. So here we have to take carry over. Okay. So 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. So here the answer of the addition is 18.96. Okay, so this is the second number. Now let us do simplification of third number. So in third number we have 0.002 plus 4.3. Here we are having only 2 digits. So let us start here 0.002 plus 4.3. So 4.3. There is no digit at 100 and 1000 place. So we have to take 0, 0. Now let us start addition. 2 plus 0, 2. 0 plus 0, 0. Then 0 plus 3, 3. Then 0 plus 4, 4. So the answer of the third digit is 4.302. Sorry, 4.302. Okay, so here in this question we have learned how to add different decimal numbers. So in first two question we have given 3 digits and in third number we have given 2 digits. So you can add up all the decimal numbers by their place value. Okay, so this is your first question. So here our next question is that subtract. Okay, different three questions are given of subtraction. So same way we have to find the subtraction of the decimal. So first question is 12 minus 1.25. See here, second number is a decimal number, but the first number is not a decimal number. So how we have to write 12? So here 12.00 because we haven't given decimal number. Okay. Now minus 1.25. So 1.25. Now we have to subtract the number 1.25 from 12. Okay. So here you can see that we cannot subtract 5 from 0. So we have to take borrow. So here 10 and we have taken borrow from here. So this is 9 and we have taken borrow from here. So it will become 1. Okay. Now let us start subtraction. So 10 minus 5, 5. 9 minus 2, 7. Then after decimal. Okay, and after 1 minus 1 which is equals to 0 and here 1 is given, so 1 will be as it is. Okay, so the answer of the subtraction is 10.75. Okay, so these way you can subtract a decimal number. If we haven't given decimal, then we have taken here 0, 0 in place of 10th and 100th. Okay, now let us do second number. So in second number we have 27.4 minus 21.9. So let us start the subtraction. So here 27.4 will be as it is minus second number is 21.9. So let us start the subtraction here. Okay, we cannot subtract 9 from 4. So we have to take borrow. So 4 will become 14 and 7 will become 6. Okay. So now 14 minus 9 which is equals to 5. Then decimal will be as it is. Then 6 minus 1 which is equals to again 5 and 2 minus 2 which is equals to 0. So the final answer is 5.5. Okay. So the subtraction answer is here 5.5. Now let us do simplify the third number. So in third number we have 302.6 minus 89.95. So 302.6 minus 89.95. See here 100th place is given, but here we haven't given 100th place, so we have to take here 0. Now let us start the subtraction. We cannot subtract 5 from 0. So we have to take borrow. So 0 will become 10 and here 5. Now here you can see 9 is there and here 5. So we cannot subtract 9 from 5. So again we have to take borrow. So 5 will become 15 and here 1. Okay. Now you can see that here 9 is there and here 1. So we cannot subtract 9 from 1. So here again we have to take borrow. So 0 will become 9 and 3 will become 2. Okay. So everywhere we have taken borrow to subtract a given number. Now let us start the subtraction. 10 minus 5, 5. Then 15 minus 9, 6. Then here we have taken borrow. So 1 will become 11. So 11 minus 9 which is equals to 2. 9 minus 8 which is equals to 1. And 2 will be as it is. So the answer is 212.65. Okay, so these way you can subtract different decimal number. First we have to decide the place value of the decimal numbers and then we have to subtract the different decimal numbers. Now the next question is that we have to draw the mirror image of, see here we have given different letters. Okay, so we have to show that how does the letters will look after refraction. means the letters will look exactly same or reflected. So let us start. Here first letter is given B. So how does B will look after reflection? So if you can see in the mirror, so B will look reflected after. So B will look reflected, okay? So B will look like this, okay? So it is reflected image of B. Now let us see for C letter. So how does C will look after reflection? So if you are going to see the C in mirror image, then also C will look reflected after reflection, okay? So it is the reflected image of B and C. Now let us see for D. How does D look like? So after reflection, the D also will look like reflected like this. Okay, so this is the reflection of D. Now the next letter is E. So after reflection, the image of E will also look reflected. So okay, so E will look like reflected. Now what about A? So after reflection of A will look exactly same in the mirror. So here A will look exactly same after reflection. Okay, so this is the reflection of A. Now what about Z? So Z will look different after reflection, means it is a reflected image of Z. Okay, so Z will not look same after reflection. So Z will look like same. Let us see one more example. Suppose we are having letter L, then after letter O. How does it will look after reflection? So let us see about N and O. So how does N will look after reflection? So after reflection, N will look like reflected. Okay, so this is the reflected image of N. And what about O? So after reflection, O will look exactly same after reflection. So if you are going to see the reflected image in mirror, so the different letters will, some of the letters will look reflected and some of the letters will look exactly same. So this way you can identify that which one is reflected and which one is exactly same. Now here the next question is that write in words. See here decimal numbers are given. Okay, so we have to write decimal numbers in word. So how we can represent decimal number in word? See, we write simple numbers like suppose 102, 432. But how we can represent the decimal numbers in word? So let us see here. First number is given 6.04. See, after decimal number we cannot take digits together. We have to write individual digits. So here the first number is 6.04. So after decimal you have to write the digits individually. Okay. Now in next number we have given 9.002. So let us define the number 9.002. Okay, so these way we have to define the decimal number. Now in third number we have given 6.035. So the answer is 6.035. Okay. Now in fourth number we have given 17.006. So here we can write like this 17.006. So hope you all understand that how to write decimal numbers in words. See here we can write the before the decimal digits together, but after decimal we cannot take any digits together. You have to write individual digits like this 0, 3, 5. You cannot write 0, 35. Okay. So these way you can define the digits in words. Now in next question we have that define the decimal numbers in place value table. See here you are having 4 different questions, okay? So how you are going to represent the decimal numbers into place value table? So for that we have to make first decimal table. So decimal table, see here we are taking first digit as ones. It is defined by 1, okay? Then after ones, this another digit is tens and it is defined by 10. Then further tens, it is defined by 100. So we define 100 by 100. Now after decimal, the digits are known as decimal numbers. So that is known as tens. It is place of 10 and it is defined by 1 upon 10. After 10, there is the place of 100. So 100 is defined by 1 upon 100. Okay. And lastly we are going to define by 1000. Okay. 1000 is defined by 1 upon 1000. So first we have to make a table like this. Okay. First we have to take ones. It is defined by 1, then tens, then 100. Then after ones it is known as 10, means it is 1 upon 10. Then 100 and then 1000. Okay. So let us start the place value table. So your first number is given 32.625. Here you can see 2 is at ones place, okay, 3 is at tens place. There is no 100 place given, so we have to keep 0. Then after decimal, first number is 6, means 10th place is 6, then 2 is at 100th place, and then 5 is at 1000th place. Okay, so here we have defined first number in place value table. Now let us take another second number. So here we have given 3.5. 3.5. So 3 we have to define on ones place. 3 is at ones place. There is no tens place, no 100 place. So we have to keep 0, 0. Then after decimal, 5 is at 10th place. So we have to keep 5 here. There is no 100th place and 1000th place. So we have to keep that 0, 0. Now let us define third number. So in third number we have 692.525. So 2 is at ones place, then 9 is at tens place, then 6 is at 100th place, then decimal is there. So 5 is at 10th place, 2 is at 100th place, and 5 is at 1000th place. Okay, so this is the third number. Now let us define fourth number. So here fourth number is 0.009. So 0 is at ones place. There is no tens and no 100. Now at 10th place there is 0. Same as at 100 plus there is 0. And last 1000 place we have given 9. Okay. So these way first you have to make a place value table and then you have to derive the different decimal numbers by their place value. Now in next question we have given that write the number of symmetry in the figure. Write the numbers of symmetry in the figure. Means how many lines of symmetry we can draw in different figures. See here different figures are given. Okay. And marks points are given. So from the marks point you can identify that how many sides are equal. See here in the first figure you can see that this is a triangle. Okay. But here in triangle all 3 marks are same. It means that all 3 sides are equal. Okay, in the given triangle means it is equilateral triangle. So how many lines we can draw? So this is the first line. This is the second line and this is the third line. Okay. So in first figure we are having 3 lines of symmetry. Now In second number again we have given triangle, but in this triangle you can see just two sides are equal. Here two sides are equal. Two sides are equal means it is isosceles triangle. So in isosceles triangle we can draw only one line of symmetry. Okay. Now in third number figure we have given square shape. You can see all four sides are equal. Okay. So in square, one horizontal line, then after one vertical line and two slanting line. So in a square there are four numbers of line of symmetry. Now in last number we have given a shape like kite. It is kite. So these two sides are equal and these two sides are equal. All four sides are not same. Here these two sides are equal and here these two sides are equal. So we can draw only one line of symmetry vertically. Okay? You cannot draw like this. So there is only one line of symmetry in a kite. So see here we have given different four shapes. So we have identified the equal sides, and then after deciding which sides are equal, then we have drawn the lines of symmetry. So these way you can identify and you can draw lines of symmetry. Now the next question is from practical geometry. So the question is that draw line segment AB, means we have to draw first line segment AB. Then after mark any point and on it, we have to take point and on the given line segment AB. Through and draw a perpendicular to AB. Means we have given line segment AB. So we have to find the perpendicular of line segment AB. See, a measurement is not given. So we are going to take any measurement to draw line segment AB. So first we have to draw a straight line. Give name line segment A and B. Okay. Now with the help of compass, first we have to take any point on line segment. So we have to take point M on line segment AB. So this is the point M. Okay. Now with the help of compass, we have to draw an arc. See, this is not fixed measurement. We can take any measurement here. So we are going to take any measurement. Okay. And then from point M, you have to draw an arc, means like this. You have to plot a semicircle like this. Okay. Now let us give here name C and D. So for perpendicular we have to take measurement more than cm. We have to take measurement more than cm. So let us take measurement C from C to here. I am going to take measurement from C to here, or you can take measurement of CD. Okay, for an arc. Now to draw an arc, fix your middle on point C. Okay. With the same measurement, fix your middle on point D and draw an arc. So you can find one side like this. Okay. So let us give here name Z. Now for perpendicular we have to join Z and M. Okay. So now with the help of scale you have to join these 2 points. Now you can see one perpendicular line. Okay. So this is the perpendicular line of A and B. Okay. So these way you can draw the perpendicular line for any line segment. So perpendicular always makes 90-degree angle. Okay. Perpendicular will make always 90-degree angles. So this is the construction that we have constructed line segment AB and we have constructed the perpendicular of line segment. Now here the next question is that draw right angle and construct its bisector. Bisector means half of right angle. Here I am going to draw one rough figure. Okay. So this is your 90-degree angle. After constructing right angle, we have to draw its bisector. means the half of the given angle. Okay. Now let us draw first the right angle. So for that, first you have to make a straight line. So these way you have to make a straight line. Let us give name here A and here B. Now we have to construct 90-degree angle. So with the help of protractor, you have to mark 90 degree. 90 degree is exactly the middle one. Okay. So fix your protractor on line segment AB. Then mark 90 degree. So this is your 90 degree. Okay. Now draw one straight line to connect these 2 points. So these way you have to first draw 90-degree angle. Okay. Now to construct its bisector, we have to make a bisector of 90 degree. So we cannot draw it directly with the help of protractor. So first we have to take compass. Okay. Now with the help of compass, we have to construct a bisector of 90. Means we have to first take measurement of 90 degree. So to construct a bisector of 90 degree, we have to take any measurement. Okay. Suppose I have to take a random measurement, and then from point A, I am going to draw one semicircle like this. Okay. Now for the bisector of 90 degree, what I have to do with approximately measurement, see here my semicircle is this much, so I am going to make a measurement of whole semicircle. Okay. Now here give name, suppose M and N. Now to construct bisector, I have to draw one arc from point N, same one arc from point M. Okay. So these way you have to make arc from point N and N. So you are able to find one point here. So let us give name as C. Now for the perpendicular, we have to join point C and A. So let us join C and A. So if you are going to find this much measurement, so this is the perpendicular of 90-degree angle. Okay. So these way you can find the perpendicular of any angle. First we have constructed 90 degree. Then in the approximate radius we have constructed semicircle, and that much measurement we have taken from point N and M. We have constructed one arc, and then we have joined A and point C. So this is your bisector of 90 degree angle. Okay. Now your next question is that draw 120 degree angle and draw its bisector, or we can say that construct its bisector. So same way we have to do. Okay. First we have to make an angle of 120 degree, and then after we have to draw the bisector of 120. So let us draw first the straight line here. Okay, so first here we have constructed one straight line. Let us give name as M. Now from the point A, with the help of protractor, from point M, we have to construct 120 degree. So fix your protractor on point M and then mark 120 degree. So it is obtuse angle, okay, greater than 90 degree. So now we have to join these 2 points. So this is your 120 degree angle. Okay. Now with any radius. Okay, with the help of compass, with any radius, fix your point on M and draw one semicircle. Okay. Now let us give the name D and E. Now we want to draw the bisector of 120. So what we have to do, we are going to take measurement of D and E. Okay. Now we have to draw an arc from point E as well as with the same measurement from point D. So you are able to find one point. Let us give name as F. Okay. Now after drawing this, we have to join M and F. So let us join these 2 points. So this is the bisector of 120 degree. Okay. This is the half of 120, which is 60 degree. So this way you can draw the bisector of any angles. Okay. So this is the practical geometry. So in this video we have revised 3 marks question. Okay. In our next video we are going to revise 4 marks question. So bye everyone.